What's going on, people? Welcome back to another video. Sinclair TV back again for a match preview between Newcastle and West Ham United. Short notice, I'm afraid. James, what's going on, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm alright. Not too bad. Just working things out, sort of thing. Like, I had to rush, sort of thing, to do this as well. So I get you on.
No, we're okay.
Champion. I'll try to get Tony might come on and Rolys might come on as well. If not, there we just go on, sort of thing. But guys, if you like the video, like what you see, give it a like, hit the subscribe button as well. And if you're new, if you want to fancy a super chat, then click on the $, just give what the channel's worth. And if you'd like to become a member, it's just 99p. So yeah, James, I mean, it's not been a good start for you, man. It's been not been a great start. Last season you were great. This season, not so great. What's going on in your team?
It's hard to say because we spent 180 million in the summer, which is like alien to David Moyes, him spending mass amounts of cash. But since we got in a new investor and Rob Newman is our director of football, we tend to spend tons of money getting in players to get better depth. And I'm not going to lie, individually, some of them are very good. I'm impressed with some of them. But others are either played out of position or, I don't know, Moyes doesn't give them enough credit at times. I think we've got a lot of players in the team who don't really deserve to start, in all honesty, but Moyes will still continue to play them. We've got players who last season were amazing, but now they've dropped off and they're not being dropped. And we do have the depth in the rotation, but Moyes doesn't use it, and he's just very arrogant. And then we lose games, Moyes comes out in interviews and says, "Oh, I thought we actually played quite well." And I'm like, we didn't play well, though. I mean, it's picked up a little bit in the last month, but I'm still not it's not promising because we beat Everton, who were probably worse than us. We beat Brentford in the FA Cup. We beat Derby in the FA Cup. That wasn't really much. Drew against Leeds in the game we should have won. And I suppose we picked it up a little bit in the way, but individually and as a collective, we're just not gelling.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you have put some PS as well. You've got players like Lucas Paqueta, Gianluca Scamacca, Naya Igurd. I think he's a really good defender, by the way. That's the corner. He's injury prone to me. Emerson used to play for Chelsea, and Kira from PSG for 12 million quid. I'm surprised you got him, but like, this is a really good player for me. Danny Ings, injury prone. You brought Flynn down, so I don't know much about the lad. Alfonso Rolla, you got on a permanent deal. Lucial, I don't know a lot about him as well on a free try signing as well. So if you look at that, you spent 194 euros, 180 million quid, like you said. And, the one I want to talk about who disappointed me this season for you guys is Lucas Paqueta. I mean, Newcastle fans really wanted this guy. It was the fans' choice, but it wasn't the owner's choice. You paid 51 million quid for this guy. And you know what? It's just been a letdown, man.
Letdown's probably a bit too far. I'd say he's been a bit off the boil. And that's, again, probably due to Moyes. Paqueta, it was put as a 10 when he first started. He's not a number 10. He's a number 8. Because his focus is making progressive passes and making through balls. As a 10, he doesn't have the productivity. So putting him there didn't really help. I will say this about Paqueta. I've been impressed with his defensive aspect. Defensively, he's quite good. But going forward, he's been a bit stagnant at times, but I don't think he's useless.
No, I think he's a decent player, in my opinion. Paqueta, I really do think he is. But look, at the end of the day, I watched him for Milan, and I mean, I think it's too early for him to go to Italian football for me. But when he came to the Premier League, excuse me, he's done all right. But he's exactly set. What's the word? I mean, that's exactly his heights in a minute. Do you know what I mean?
No.
But at the end of the day, I mean, the Premier League, he may need a bit of time. I mean, why did he start in the World Cup above Bruno Guimaraes as well? I just don't get it at all whatsoever. But it's going to take time. It's going to take time for the lad. It'll come good.
Yeah, I think so.
It'll come good. Let's go to the comments as well. Please slash the likes as well. Thank you, Eagle Eye mate. I like him. He's a great guy. But I'm not sure the other week he's amazing. And Leslie, big up to Leslie. Thank you so much for joining, Leslie. Do everything John said. Click like, subscribe, support this great channel. Thank you so much indeed, Leslie. Big up to Paul Robson. Big up to you, mate. Hope you're okay. I agree with James. Paqueta has been missed marriage.
And who hasn't in the West Ham team right now, to be honest with you?
that's down to your manager, mate. Do you know what I mean? He's the one
We're
put
going
the
to get
team.
onto that.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We'll talk about David Moyes in a bit. I mean, Pac is half the player of Bruno. I'll tell you what in a minute. If you choose two players that is going to go to the Brazilian national team, for me, it'd be Bruno all day long. No disrespect, but Bruno would get in that team. If we look at the league table, right, I mean, again, right, you're fifth from bottom at this moment in time with 18 points from 20 games. Me personally, James, I don't think you get relegated. I really don't think you will because you're a good club.
Well, in a way, I don't think we will. And I suppose, in a way, a lot of fans did get annoyed about us not spending a lot of money in January. Personally, I wasn't overly fussed because we had spent all that money in summer. I think we got a talented team, to be honest. We got very talented players. We just need to manage them a bit better. And I think slowly but surely, they're going to break out of the shells a bit more. Slowly but surely. I'm seeing little glimpses of improvement. I'm seeing little things improve. But it needs just to be hitting the ground running a bit more. But I think if we get a good string of results come in, we'll be fine.
Absolutely, absolutely. Still plenty of time. You've got 18 games to go. And let's be real. I just think you need to start winning some games. But not tomorrow and Leeds, by the way. Craig Dawson, I mean, I'm amazed he sold him because he's your leader at the back. And I just don't understand why you got rid of him. I mean, you could have waited till the summer. I mean, he was out of contract at the end of the season. He cost you Wolves, around 3 million quid, 32-year-old. But personally, I would have kept him because he's your leader.
He's not strictly our leader. I would say he was a professional with our team, but he wasn't leader. I think our leader was Kurt Zuma, and he's not playing tomorrow because he's knackered his knee. But we have got leadership in the central defence because Aguirre's quite commanding. Bonner, obviously, is leadership material.
Yeah.
Dawson wanted to leave the club because he wanted to go back to up north to be closer to his family. So we just granted the transfer. So.
Yeah, that's fair enough. You've got to put your family first anyway, James, and that's how it is. You know what I mean? Your family comes first. It's the problem. Then you need to sort it out ASAP. If you want to subscribe to the channel, this is James' channel, and from the Anvil, West Ham United. Big up to Leslie again. Rumours that Joe Linton would get a chance now. We are going to talk about Joe Linton as well. I mean, the Daily Mail put him as 28. He's not 28, he is 26.
26.
So he's got to get the Daily Mail's got to get the research right. Craig Hub didn't report it, by the way, but someone else did. Big up to Tony, by the way. Hope you're okay, man. And if you want to come on, Tony, then I'll link to that there. You can come in anytime, man. Big up to Alison Ray as well. Alison, I hope you're canny and I hope you're having a good weekend so far. And massive Newcastle fan as well, Alison, as well. We're going to talk about the ticket prices as well in a bit. But for your side as well, I mean, Davy Moyes, I mean, fans having a go at him or watch your channel, West Ham Fans TV as well. You got Dom on there, Nick and Dom on there as well. You got Marshy as well. They knew a sacker with the title of boot and they tell us straight. Graham, I mean, that Dom, man, that guy really, he speaks the truth and he says it how it is. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't mix it up.
I'm not really keen on Dom myself, to be honest with you. Just a bit arrogant, but other people, it's fine. David Moyes is to blame in a way because it's like his player management, his man management of players as well is really bad. Like Benrahma has been saving him the last month. Benrahma, and he finds a way to criticize Benrahma every single press conference. He always has a little stab at him. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Seriously, he's done nothing wrong, and he's usually the first one you target. Fornals is getting frozen out the side. And Moyes puts Fornals all over the place. I don't even know where he goes, to be honest. They put him winger, attacking mid, holding mid, central. They even put him wing back. Like, where is he? Can you find the right place for him and put him there? Antonio's kicking off at Moyes for buying a striker, even though Antonio said he wanted competition. And now he's pissed off that Skamaka's taken his place. And I'm like, well, I mean, it was going to happen. And you're pissed about it. And everyone's just on him.
And they know what it is, right? I mean, he needs to be careful, boys. If he's not careful, I mean, I still think he's done a fantastic job for years. But this season, I just think that they're catching him up. I mean, he's just catching him up at the end of the day, and I think starting to catch him. You got to look after your players. We've got players like Antonio. I still think he's a canny player at 31. like I say, you got Benrahma as well. This guy is skillful, you know, and I think he's fantastic. He really is. Like you just said there, he saved you and saved Moyes' job as well with the scores as well. But you need to get your best players back in, man. The sooner the better. If you don't, then you got some tough games coming up. And big up the Tolly as well. West Ham were finding a different team than the one they beat last season by 4-2. Tolly, I totally agree, mate. Absolutely right. Remember, James, we were in the same boat last season. Hope everything go down. And I think they will go down the season.
At least we're not them.
Exactly.
I'm just saying that at least we're not them. They're worse off than us in a lot of ways.
Yeah, absolutely. And Paul also said West Ham should stay up if they start winning games as well. I do think David Moyes set up his team. He played the theatre back, doesn't he? He plays theatre back, and then four-cost midfield, Declan Rice, and he plays theatre up top. But we come on to Declan Rice. In fact, we took Declan Rice now. I mean, he's got 12 months left on his contract at the end of the season, and I don't know how far it's going to go over this new contract. Is he going to stay with West Ham, or do you think he's going to move on? Because there's loads of clubs after him: United, Arsenal, Chelsea. You know, and
I don't think he'll stay on. I don't think he'll stay. No. Do you know what? Yeah, we've had loads of players leave West Ham in the past, like that we've come to love, and they've left, and I've got over it. So if he leaves, I'll just wish him the best of luck. But I've already got my two possible replacements in mind if we get rid of him, which are Town Koopmeyers or Oken Kurtzu. So we get either of those in, we'll be fine.
Koopmeyers looks a good player for Atalanta. I believe he plays for Atalanta. He is class player, him, and I think he'll be on the move next season as well. I really do, because Atalanta are a selling club, and if they got the right offer, then I'm sure he'll be allowed to go. But it is what it is. They just buy cheap, and then it just sells them on as well. And they've got Mark Lee in the cut as well. Mark, hi to you, mate. What do you think of Shaq on Tuesday? I thought, from my opinion, for what I saw of him, I thought he was brilliant. I heard rumours that he was an Arsenal fan as well, but now he's supposed to be Newcastle's no Shields lad. I thought he was magnificent, mate. I thought he did a fantastic job. And I like people that entertains the crowd before kick-off as well. And it's about time we found someone decent as well. Yeah, on Declan Rice, in my opinion, I think he's a decent player. I mean, a lot of people are saying that he's hyped up as well. What's the hype of this guy? Do you know what I mean? But my only concern about Declan Rice, he just keeps passing the ball sideways and backwards as well. He needs to be more offensive as well. It'll come good. He'll be a top player. But for between 85 and 100 million, is he worth the money?
Yeah, well, I think he actually is a better passer, runner of the ball right now. He's got good vision and breakup play. So he actually does go forward quite a lot. But I think he's definitely worth about, I'm always going to say, it's going to worth be at least around 90 million. But we want to try and get over 100 million for him. And we hopefully correctly reinvest that money somehow.
Yeah. I mean, would I take him into Newcastle United? For me, probably not, because we got better players, that sort of thing, like Bruno Guimaraes,
we've already got enough.
Joe Linton, Sean Longstaff. I think we do need another midfielder down the summer. For me personally, I'll get James Maddison in next summer, because we can get him. I think our midfield complete. Do you know what I mean? As long as he stays fit. So from Newcastle, from my side in, I mean, talking about Newcastle United point of view, what do you think of our team this season, and how impressed are you?
Very impressed. Very impressed. I thought he'd be a great manager. Young, liberal-minded manager, fresh ideas. It's a club where he can build a long-term project. Newcastle's got all the makings of a long-term project, with the stadium, the city, the fans, the fan base stretching to a wider area, going as far as, say, Gateshead and Northumberland, and even across the north of England. So it's a club that's very likeable and attractive. I think with the signings you've made, he's got some good signings. Sven Botman, solid player. Guimaraes, obviously Bruno's tearing it up. Dan Burns, a quality defender. Trippier is a quality right back. Alexander Isaac, I think if he weren't injured so much, great. But that's just a bit unfortunate that he has got injured a few times. First they got... he's also done things to change players and make them better. Two examples, Miggy and Joelinton. Like Joelinton's, in my opinion, was never a striker. He was always a deeper midfielder who's able to play left-sided, able to attack a bit more, and able to break up the play. Yeah. As you said, I think it was on Peter's channel, Miggy Stardust. When that guy scores, he just scores absolute crackers, like what Lanzini used to do for West Ham. Every time he gets a watch, he just bends it from distance. And yeah, Almiron's had his class moments towards the end of the last calendar year. I think it's just Howe's just got better management and player management than what Steve Bruce has. Well, that's obvious. But he's been able to bring in the right players, change it up, and look at the results you're getting. It's stuff for dreams.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Joe Linton's been, excuse me, he's been linked with the national team as well. Leslie mentioned it earlier on. For me personally, I think he deserves a shot because he's been fantastic this season. I mean, his running, I think he's tackling as well, and he covers every blade of the grass as well. Joe Linton, he has improved tenfold, and I think he is a workhorse in midfield. And for me, tomorrow, just need to get him in the midfield, and that's the best position for me. But if he has to play on the left side of midfield, then so be it. But hey ho, Len Shackleton. Well, Len Shackleton used to play for Newcastle for one season. This was back in the 40s, man. I wasn't even born then, Mark, but I know he played for Newcastle first season. Then he moved on to Sunderland, for 10, 11 seasons. Like, you know what I mean? But that guy. If Len Shackleton played today, I tell you something, that guy will be worth 9-figure, 100 million. That guy back then was absolutely fantastic. But this is talking about the 40s and 50s, mate, and I don't know too much about Len, but I know for a fact that he passed away in 2000. I think he passed away in 2000, by the way. He'd be a lot of money, that guy, today, let's be real. James, do you trust David Moyes to invest effectively?
Not long term. Long term, no. Because there's so many targets we miss out on because of his arrogance. Like last summer, we were actually very close to Danjuma.
Excuse me.
We're close to getting Danjuma in. And then Moyes changed his mind and said, I want Lingard. But on the flip side, the fact Danjuma's had a bit of a stab in the back attitude with Everton makes me think, okay, well, Moyes probably was right there. So I don't know about reinvesting. He and Rob Newman have the say in the signings now, and I think Rob Newman needs to just have a bit more of a iron fist with the transfers and getting the better players. And to be fair, it has worked. I'm not saying I don't trust him to invest the money, but I want him to invest it right and think long term, get younger players in that may not cost a lot of money, but are risk free and have a better sell on value. He doesn't seem to do that.
Yeah, that's the answer, Leslie. For me personally, I think if it keeps you up, I think it'd be gone, to be fair. I think they'll move him on and probably get there's even talk of Rafa Benitez going to take all about David Moyes if it starts to carry on. For me personally, I love Rafa Benitez, but for me personally, I think a young manager should come in and take West Ham on board, you know what I mean? And
like that Will Still guy, who's a West Ham fan.
Yeah, absolutely. And Rice is fast overrated. Get Madison in. That's from Paul. And Chelsea's just missed an open goal and it's still 0-0, by the way. And technically, it'd be a good result for us, by the way, because they're 10 points behind us at this stage. And as things stand, Chelsea not made the Champions League. Surely not. I mean, talking about Chelsea, what do you make of Chelsea's spend over 300 million on players, man?
Disgusting.
It's madness.
Really?
Madness.
It's like they've gone away over the financial fair play.
Yeah.
Well, they're probably not going to get sanctioned for it. Ridiculous. Like, I don't. If one of these players end up flopping, then obviously every time they flop, we're just going to laugh at them. Mudryk didn't even last a full 90 in this. Fernandez is looking trash. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the hell they're doing. It's madness.
I know. They just need to basically, like, you know, they need a bit of time. I mean, Potter needs a bit of time as well. Do you know what I mean? But
that's fair.
And if they sack Potter now, I mean, Ian Holly's got it right. You can't keep on sacking managers every season, this and that and t'other. But if they keep on the Potter, I mean, I think it'd be Iris. Do you know what I mean? Where to go above Newcastle at the end of the season? I don't think they will. I really don't think they will at all whatsoever. And Paul's made a good point there. FFP have to investigate ASAP. They need to, because we're just going to spend lots of money anyway. And we're not allowed to spend over the odds on, because we could probably get caught on FFP. But Chelsea can do what they want. Do you know what I mean? Giving them 8.5-year contracts, 8-year contracts, this, that, and t'other. And all of a sudden, right? I mean, they're doing it in installments as well. This Enzo Fernandez, right? Apparently, they paid up something like 30 million up front, and they're going to pay the rest in 6 installments. Wow, I think Benfica will not be happy with that at all whatsoever. But for me, I think Benfica at this stage got a better deal, to be fair. I mean, Enzo's a good player, but we got to judge him in the Premier League. It's simple as that. Guys, if you like the video, like what you see, you know exactly what to do. Give it a like, hit the subscribe button, please. And super chats are open, and also memberships are open as well for just 99p. And heard mentioned today, any sanction for FFP breaches will be financial, should be an automatic post deduction, not be added. You know what it is, Leslie? Try to tell that to the big six, and they'll be absolutely spitting mad. But you're absolutely right. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely right. And money means now to Chelsea, in my opinion. Points will. I tell you what, FIFA need to open it up again, because to me personally, I don't know what it is. I'm at a loss now. I'm just confused about this FFP madness. Do you know what I mean? How it
means nothing.
Nah, not at all. I mean, we're going to get a new sponsor in the summer, then we're going to compete. Let's be real. But that doesn't mean to say we're going to be a bit tough. Do you know what I mean? Simple as that. Or this Newcastle tax as well. Yeah, on to Newcastle. It looks like Anthony Gordon is going to probably start a subs bench tomorrow by the looks of it. And ASM may come in and duel it in the midfield, because Bruno Guimaraes, and I think you'd be happy with that. James E is banned for a straight red card. So, and the back four for me is going to be as usual suspects. I mean, Nick Pope in goal, and then you got Trippier, Byrne, Botman, and Shah at the back four. Midfield three, in my opinion, with Joe Linton, Sean Longstaff, and Bruno's going to be banned anyway. So Joe Willock, and then the three is going to be ASM, Miggy Almiron, and it looks like he's going to start with Callum Wilson, because I don't think Isak's going to play, because he had a head injury, didn't he, against Southampton for that World Passes free kick. Took it for the team. Now, he may not be playing, but Anthony Gordon will have to play at some stage. He needs to, because talking of Anthony Gordon, do you think that is a good signing for Newcastle? 45 mil?
It's Everton's loss, and the way he left Everton was a bit of a nasty way. I mean, I remember when he signed I actually remember the day he signed actually for Newcastle, because he was at the Metro Centre and everyone was taking pics with him. But yeah, I think it's a long-term project, like I said, with Newcastle, and he's a long-term player with his age and everything. And you know, if Eddie can get the best out of him, then yeah, you're in for a winner.
Yeah, man. It's just you know, I think Eddie improves players. He's to improve Miggy, he's improved Joe Linton. He's going to improve this guy. I'm telling you, I think this guy is going to be absolutely lit. And I think it's going to be an absolute stellar if he acts, his attitude is right. I'm sure Eddie Howe will put him straight. In my opinion, I think it's Everton's loss, because he just said there. I mean, the blocks the road up, tap on his window, tell that he's not fit enough to wear the shirt. However, he's only 21 years old, for goodness sake. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, not turn up for 3 days training. I can understand now why he hasn't turned up for 3 days. It's because of the abuse to be getting for Everton fans. But April the 25th, I want to make sure that I'll go to that game. I'll try and get a ticket somewhere. Do you know what I mean? So we'll see what happens on that. But he will not got a great reception. Do you know what it is, right? If they give him a lot of stick, right, I hope he scores a winning goal, which sends Everton down. Yeah? I hope he does that. I really do. Because some of the Everton fans are an absolute joke, right? Having a go at Andy Gordon, having a go at the players, abusing the players, apart from Mina, right? Fair play for Mina. He calmed and doing a bit, you know. But I think Everton are a toxic club right now, and let's be real,
they're a toxic club.
They are. I mean, this is why Andre Ayew don't want to go there. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't want to move there because of what's going on. Even that Dan Juma as well didn't want to go. Fiddling around on loan, didn't want to go there. Right? He goes to Tottenham. No one don't want to come to Everton. That's why. That's why they're in big trouble. They'll be relegated this season. Trust us on that. Paul said at least 30 points. Wait till the summer. John will be blessed for the chance to win the league. I hope that's the case. But for me, we'll not be spending really nearly. We're not going to be spending for the love of it yet. It's got to be the right player at the right time. So yes, we will spend big, but it's got to be on the right character. It's as simple as that. I don't want us doing the Chelsea spending 300 million, right, and showing very little for it as well. One thing guaranteed is Gordon will be safe in Newcastle. Absolutely right, Leslie. And you know what? We as fan base don't go to fans, haven't got to players or blocking roads. We just don't do that. Do you know what I mean? Even though Steve is come out and say our fans are toxic. No, we're not toxic, Steve, at all whatsoever. You're just not good enough. Yeah. We wanted them out before he even came in. Simples. And Gordon will be as he gives us 100%. As from Paul. Thank you, Paul. Absolutely. So for me, I mean, I was going to do a combined 11 as well, right? And in a bit, and it'd be I'm going to get that up as well. And 2 seconds there. I try to be organised, and I'm going to share the screen. And share the screen, and it'd be great to because we need to pick a team. You might not get a couple of players in, by the way, mate, but we're going to go through them, right? Combined 11 between Newcastle and West Ham. I know it's a bit of fun. I mean, tell us who's going to play in goal.
Pope.
Nate Pope.
Not Fabianski.
I have to agree with you there, mate. He goes in there. That's Nate Pope. Right. Who is going to be your right back?
Trippier. 100%.
Trippier.
Okay.
For me, and this is yours, by the way, your left back.
My left back. Honestly, I'm going to say it's Emerson.
Emerson?
The left back. Yeah, not Cresswell. Cresswell's been shocking. Okay. It's been shocking for 2 years, Cresswell. His defensive aspect is horrendous. Emerson, Chelsea. Yeah, Emerson P.
Okay.
Oh, it was there.
If you go back. Emerson, Emerson as well. So I try to get Emerson.
It?
There he is. Gotta go past it then. No.
Yes, Emerson Chelsea.
Emerson Chelsea. Well, that one that'll do. We'll put him in there as well. He is a West Ham United player, by the way. And the 2 centre backs.
I'll pick one. Aguero.
He's left-footed, isn't he? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so you're not going to put Sven Botman in?
Yeah, obviously that's the obvious choice, right? I think he's class.
He is. So what we do there, we're going to put Sven Botman in there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's our back. That's going to be your combined back four. We're going to go 4-3-3. You're going to give us a central midfielder. Who's the first one?
Rice, of course.
What I'll put Rice. Decky Rice, okay. Yeah. And the other midfielder.
I would probably say, I'll say Paqueta, just because I think he's starting to up it a bit and should be playing next to Royce.
Paqueta, wow! Yeah. No Bruno. This is yours, mate.
Shit. Oh yeah. Oh, I can. Yeah. Well, yeah. We get Bruno and Paqueta. you got your Samba stars. So you're fine. They actually Paqueta and Bruno were at each other's house the other day.
Yeah.
I saw on social media.
Okay, this is yours, mind.
Oh shit. Okay. Paqueta. Yeah, Luca Paqueta.
Right. Okie dokie. That's the 3. So who do you put on the left-hand side?
Left, Ben Rama.
So you've got no Joe Linton. No ASM. Nah. This is going to be on form, right?
Yeah, it's on form and based on right now.
I say Ben Rama. This is going to be yours, man. This is not going to be mine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right wing Miggy.
Tell you what, you saved your bacon there, my guy. Do you know what I mean?
I wouldn't say Bowen. Bowen's been crap this season. But ever since he announced that he's going to be the dad to twins, he's improved. Yeah. It's the thing with West Ham. Every time someone announces a pregnancy or something terrible happens in the world, our players start performing. Is what it is. And striker, I'd go Callum Wilson as striker, not Antonio, not even Skamaka, not even Danny Ings. Callum Wilson, yes.
And that's going to be your 11, yeah?
Yeah, that's my 11, man.
That's 11. Right, okay, it's going to be this is going to be your combined 11 there, James. You've got Pope and Gore, got Trippier, Emerson, Agard, and Botman in your back four. The midfield three would be Rice, Guimaraes, and Paqueta, and the front three would be Barama, Amiron, and Wilson. Well, for me, I'm looking at that. I think Joe Linton would have played Joe Linton with probably Barama. I would have played Joe Linton on the left-hand side for me. I think Sean Lonsaf's been on form as well on Tuesday night. But is it enough to get in that combined 11? Callum Wilson's been way off the pace, do you know? But at the end of the day, that looks a strong team. That looks a good team.
It's a decent team. Defensively, that's a good team.
It is, because you've got Rice looking after the back four, with Guimaraes going further forward. Paqueta can do what he wants. And then Beirama, with his pace and skill, and Miron, when he's at it, he's 9 goals this season, he's fine, and Wilson up top. So, tell us your thought, guys. Would you go over that combined 11? For me, personally, I'll leave that one up to you guys. So, let's hit that like, subscribe as well. So, that is the combined 11. Let's go through some comments, by the way. There's quite a few as well. Do hit the like button, please, and that would be fantastic. After investigating, read that. Big up to Leicester again. Heard mention today any sanctioned FFP breaches would be financial. I think I read that, by the way. You're absolutely right. I totally agree. And got one thing guaranteed: is Gordon will be safe in Newcastle. Gordon will be, he gets 100%. We won't, John. We're building a strong squad with the right players. Around 6 players who will probably leave. Yeah, they've got players out of contracts at the end of the season, by the way. Let's be honest about that. Jason, big up to Jason, by the way. You went to Forest because he knows Steve Cooper was under him at Swansea for 2 seasons. Now, that's the reason why he chose to go Forest.
Right.
And Newcastle have an easy run, unfortunately. We have got some tough ones, by the way. Don't forget we've got to play Liverpool, Spurs at home, Man City away. We've got to play Chelsea away. We've got to play Arsenal at home. That's not going to be easy. Away from home, we've got Bournemouth. That's going to be tricky. Brentford, that's going to be tough. Do you know what I mean? But if we want to stay in the top 4, we've got to be winning more games. In fact, score goals as well, because we're missing a hell of a lot this season, by the way. I was hoping for tougher games before the final. Well, Rich, I'm sorry, man. I really am sorry, but it is what it is. But we're out Bruno, by the way, for 3 games because he's been sent off, didn't he? So it's going to be very interesting. We have won games without him, James, by the way. We won games without Bruno, by the way.
Yeah, and we've won games without Declan Rice. So yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. So what about like I said, how do you think you're going to do it this season? Are you going to stay up this season, or are you going to be all right?
I think we'll stay up here.
Yeah.
I think we can stay up for definite.
Fair enough. Just got a final score there. It's just 0-0 between Chelsea and Fulham. So that's pretty good for Newcastle, by the way. Spend all that millions and you still cannot beat them. The problem is to Chelsea again, right? I mean, they spent all that money and they haven't really brought a centre forward, by the way. They needed to buy a centre forward because the way Havertz in the onset for me, he's an out-and-out striker, but for me, they need a proper number 9. And maybe it's when Lukaku comes back, he can just start again on the potage. You just never know. Forest are easy. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about I don't know if you know, right, that Newcastle's been given 32,000 season tickets for the Carabao Cup final, right? And what I don't get is, right, I mean, for me personally, it should be 1 ticket per person in my eyes. But apparently, if you've got a link to your family, you could buy more tickets. Yeah, I'm in pot 4, right? Pot 4, right? I've been to 2 Carabao Cup games with a season ticket. The chances are, for me, I ain't gonna have a chance. I got no chance because there will be tickets available if you're in pot 4, but it's only about a couple 100 to 1,000. What chance have I got? Just haven't.
And also the fact that Man United's charging £46 for the FA Cup game with West Ham, and the trains aren't even running that day.
I think that's a madness.
It's disgusting.
That is an absolute madness, man. But then again, they want more money, don't they? They want to get some more money, don't they? from the government, and they're just not getting it. You know what I mean? But it's going to be hard. It's going to be tough. But do you know what it is, James? Right? I mean, look, the government's got it all wrong. But I know I shouldn't be talking about that on my channel. But look, they need to sort it out, and also they got to get the traveling sorted out, because it's going to be an awful lot of Newcastle fans going on trains, that especially direct. And at the minute, some of them are really, really, really struggling for sure. But yeah, so you know what it is, right? I mean, we deserve to get into the final. Can you see us beating Man U in the final?
Give it a good go.
Yeah,
give it a good go.
I think we'll give it a good go. We're not scared of them. Let's have it right. And you know what it is, right? I mean, we give it a go. We start well, and I think we do good defender. So we're going to frustrate Man U. By the way, we'll see. But yeah, for me, for key players for me on Saturday, excuse me, it should have been Bruno Guimaraes, but I'm afraid he's going to be banned. For me, I'm looking at 3 players going to make a difference. Right, for me, I like to see Fabian Schär pass the ball better, right? And if he does that, that'd be cool. Midfield, I want to see Joe Linton back in midfield, so he could make runs to midfield and boss the midfield. And up front, I want to see ASN come in and start and make sure that he proves Eddie Howe wrong, because he has been in the first team for 3 months now. So this is his chance now to come in and prove Eddie wrong and say, look, I want to do it. I want to prove, do you know what I mean? And I got one from Leslie. Big up to Leslie, by the way. Only one ticket per season ticket and to buy seats together. First link has to have the same eligible level. That is very interesting. For me personally, it shouldn't be no more than 2 per person, really. But at a push, otherwise it should be 1 ticket per person. So it gives people a season ticket a chance. If it's 32,000 season ticket holder at a suite, and they're giving us just under 33, then all season tickets should be getting that. Do you know what I mean? It's so unfair.
Yeah, it's a bit ridiculous.
I know.
But it's just not fair on anyone.
What I think they should do, I think that the FA should increase the more tickets, by the way. Do you know what I mean? But Leslie, that's a good point. What does your guess figure Paqueta so far? If you just give marks out of 10 for those who missed your comments earlier on, James, on Paqueta, how many marks out of 10 would you give him?
Right now, between a 6.5 and a 7. He needs, I think, defensively, good. His breakup play, good. Yeah. He's always willing to get back and track back and tackle, and he does that with no real problem. But where he lacks, really, is the passing at times. The forward passing and the through balls. Scamacca, as you probably know, is a striker who likes through balls. He likes short passes. He's how he worked with stuff at Sassuolo, because he had Obiang, a former West Ham player, and Fratesi giving him the short passes. Paqueta has been called in to try and do that with Scamacca, but Scamacca doesn't get the service. And that's why he struggled. So Paqueta just needs to look for the overlap a little bit more and just work on passing forward a bit more. But he's not really a bad player. I don't hate him, but I want him to improve.
Yeah, I think the first season is going to be crucial. Make sure he just sorts them out. And then hopefully in the second season, I think it'll be fine. It'll be absolutely fine. But under a different manager, maybe, I think Paqueta will be a different player as well. So guys, give my channel a like and subscribe, please, if you're new to the channel. Also do follow James on down there from the Anvil.
But it's from the Anvil, West Ham United, not James Dedden. Yeah,
right, not James Dedden, by the way. Ignore the J as well. Same initials as mine. So you know what it is, right? I mean, like I said, you're doing so well in Europe at the minute. In the last 32, am I right in saying?
Yeah, we got the bye.
You got who?
We got the bye. We got the pass. We don't have to play in the first qualifying round of the second.
Cool. So you're in the last 16 then?
Yeah.
Can you go one better this season? Depends who you got.
As long as we don't get Villarreal, yes. As long as
Villarreal
I think we're fine.
Exactly. You don't want them because they're a cracking team in that competition as well. And just going to go through what Eddie Howe's been saying. And in his press in his press conference today, because normally I'll do a press conference reaction, and I haven't done it for a long time. So, and I won't go for everything, right? And I'll have my say on it as well. By the way, Nick Pope has won the Premier League Saver of the Month award for the second time this season. So big up to Nick Pope, by the way. So he's been a cracking keeper. It has been this season. So let's go on to what Eddie Howe's been saying in his press today about Anthony Gordon and Harrison Ashby. Before I do that, Harrison Ashby, you must be gutted.
I'm not gutted, to be honest. I'm just gutted he never got much of a chance at West Ham. But then again, if he comes out to be a quality player, I'll be disappointed. But I'm not gutted that he's gone, really. That's just me.
Let's hope he does it. Eddie Howe will look after him. Kieran Trippier will look after him as well. Do you know what it is like? Kieran Trippier will look after players and he'll learn a lot. Harrison Ward learned a lot from Kieran. So let's hope that's the case. Big up to Jules, by the way. Hey, quick, hey, folks. John, love ya. Les, you're killing it. No, dude. Excuse me. Share the love. Thank you so much, Jules. And everyone loves you as well on this channel as well. Everyone's behaving, Jules. Thank you so much indeed, Jules. Yes, they are. And Jules, I mean, like it's Jules and Cheers. Those two get on so well. Do you know what I mean? Every time they have a little ding dong, but look, at the end of the day, I think they're just amazing people. And let's be honest with that. Let's go into what Eddie Howe's been saying about Anthony and Harrison. And he's asked about them, and he said that both players will be available. They did a couple individual sessions around the game and trained with the group yesterday. It was a small group, so they haven't trained fully with the team, but they're fit and fine. For me, I think they're both going to be subbed anyway. Substitute bench tomorrow. On about Alexander Isak. He was asked about Isak. He said Alex made a vital contribution in that moment. He was able to jump and block the free kick, but took a blow to the side of the heat and had very slight signs concussions. Sorry, we follow. I've got an idea. And we follow all the protocols, but whether he'll be available, I'm not sure. For me, I don't think he will be. If he is going to play, it'll be sub. But in my opinion, I think he'd probably be take a week off as well to make sure he is right and use him for the game against Bournemouth as well. Eddie on Bruno. And it's about to send it off, by the way. When you lose one player, you have to readjust, and there will be opportunity for the team to regroup to find another way. The good thing for Bruno that he's available for the cup final, but we have 3 huge Premier League games here on this. They're massive. Home to West Ham, away to Bournemouth, home to Liverpool. We're going to double them, by the way. Look at the video again, and it was definitely a red card all day long. And Eddie's asked about the game tomorrow, and he said, we tried to refocus the players after Tuesday. It's a very difficult game. If we're off it in any way, it'll be even harder. There's been a big push from me and the staff to make sure that we're ready for this game. It's a massive game, mate. It's a massive game. I think both teams will probably have a go. I think they'll have the more of the ball, by the way. I think West Ham, in my opinion, is just going to sit back and defend.
It's not what I like us to do, though. I think if we're comfortable, if we do have a comfortable lead in 70-minute mark, we'll sit back and defend a bit. But I just don't want us like going 1-0 up and trying to defend and then chase the game and we concede. It's just how it is with David Moyes.
Absolutely, that is the thing. He's not an attacking manager, but he defends well. He sets his teams up to make sure that you don't get beat, and that is the problem. Do you know what I mean? But that's why you've not been winning enough games. But that's what Eddie Howe's been saying in his press conference as well. And I think he said one more thing as well, if I get this up as well. And he said about Isak, guys. And he also added, it's the details that wins football matches, and we need to make sure we're concentrated on those details at all times. Yes, Eddie Howe, it's so right when he comes out and say a thing like that as well. So we just go through predictions as well. Got one from Jogvan Hansen. Big up to you, Jogvan. 3-0 to Newcastle United. Jogvan, if you can, my guy, could you hit the subscribe button, please? It will help me channel a lot. But welcome to the show in any case, by the way. And it's all black and white, which is Tony. For those who don't know, we are linked with Jude Bellingham, and if he got him, that would be a huge statement. It depends what Jude wants. If he wants Champions League football, we have to finish in the top 4. If we finish in the top 4, then we have got a chance. And then hopefully we can get this guy, right? Because Liverpool, as things stand, Liverpool won't make top 4, right? Chelsea won't make top 4. You know what I mean? But if you after this guy, Eddie Howe will love him. And I don't see why not. When you get new money coming in the summer, I just do not see why not. Because for me, if that means getting just 3 players in the summer, and he's one of them, so be it. So we got Chunksy, 2-0 for tomorrow. And again, my guy, if you hit the subscribe button, please, that'd be so amazing if you do so. Thank you so much indeed. I really appreciate that if you can. Thank you. And John, have you seen any Saudi people going to the games? Of course I have. I mean, our owner's at the games, you know, so of course he has. But going back to a couple, I'm sure you've seen a couple of Saudis in the stadium anyway, so they're always welcome to. And long may continue, James. And I think I asked you this question before that you know, you're still getting salty people coming in and how do I put it? Saying that blood money here, blood money there, this and that and t'other, right? But look at what Eddie Howe's done in 15 months compared to what Mike Ashley's done as ownership in 15 years. Here we are in the final. Happy days.
Exactly.
Thanks.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So there you have it. And if I have a feeling we'll be selling big in the summer, but one panic buy like Chelsea are trying to buy their way to the top four. You know what? They drew at least, right? And they missed a lot of chances apparently as well. And you're right, Tony. If you get a new sponsorship like a Saudi airline, whoever it is, or if we get the money coming through, then get Adidas coming through. Believe you and me, we are going to spend big in the summer. But like I said earlier, we're not going to be like Chelsea. We're not going to be spending like nobody's business. It has to be for the right character. It's as simple as that. And Tony, by the way, watch your video, by the way. You got nothing to apologise, mate. Nothing to apologise, but I can understand why you did it. And let the fans know. And yeah, absolutely, man. Because Mason Greenwood, there's no way I wouldn't have him at Newcastle United. Would you take Mason Greenwood at your club?
Absolutely not.
No chance.
He would not be. He wouldn't be welcome. Absolutely not. No chance he'll be welcome.
Not a chance. Not a chance. Because I tell you something, if that ever happens at Newcastle United, then
there'll be holy war.
Exactly. Or any other club as well for me. I think he'll probably end up going to a club abroad. But then again, are they going to take him on? Then again, he's innocent. Well, he's not guilty. Case has been dropped. So are they still going to take him? That is the thing. It'd be very interesting. But all our orders check out references as well. Mason Greenwood wouldn't get past the first stage. No way or say. So, and yeah, just going to score predictions, mate. How do you think the score's going to go tomorrow, mate? Score predictions.
If we play pretty well, I want to take a draw out of this, if possible.
Yeah,
so I was going to say 2-2.
2-2. Cool. Yeah. I mean, if you said 4-2 last season, you would have been right. But I mean,
yeah, right.
And like Tony said, that this is a different team that got beat last season by 4-2. Don't forget, we got players at the London Stadium, I think, later in closer to the summer. So that'd be very interesting. For me, I'm going to say 3-0 to Newcastle, even though we're out Bruno. We have won games without Bruno before. And here we are. We're going to do it. We're going to do it again by 3-0. And if we can get those goals, then it will keep us in the top 4. If you're going to get in the top 4 this season, these are the sort of games. No disrespect to you, James. We've got to win this game to stay in the top 4. It's as simple as that. And give us your goal scorers, man.
For us, I'm going to say goal scorers Bowen, because he's in good form right now. And let's go Benrahma.
Benrahma. Cool. Like so I go 3-0. I'm going to say Jolin will get one. I've got to see Callum Wilson score. I think he will. And I'm going to go with Sean Longstaff again if he gets a shooting boot suite. And let's have a look at these comments as well. Just because the charges has been dropped on technicality doesn't mean he's innocent of all the other proof. John, see, if you look at the video, mate, what he's done, and whoever it is, right, the video as well, the voice of the video, that has put a lot of fans off. It's as simple as that. I do not want him anywhere near my football club. No way, Jose, because we've got a great group of people at our football club from top to bottom. I do not want Mason coming here at all whatsoever. United's got a problem there. They got their own investigations as well. So let's go on to Tony. Rumors going around. Ten Hag has told Man U he has to stay as will be like a new signing and not great for their manager. I'll read that again. Ten Hag has told Man U he has to stay. It'll be like a new signing. Well, someone must tell Ten Hag what Mason Greenwood has done. Yes, it's been dropped. Case has been dropped. But if you look at read the video, you soon change his mind. If I was a United fan,
it doesn't
you know
mean
what?
to say he's innocent. It just means there's probably not. There's probably some technicality. Just because he's not guilty, doesn't mean he's not guilty.
Exactly. So I think he needs to be careful, Ten Hag. Someone needs to tell him that, you know, simple as that. So at the end of the day, Mason Greenwood, absolutely no way, because I don't want him here. There you go. Right, I'm going to wrap up there, my guy, because you know, Sam's beating us again, and thanks for coming on. And where can we find you on your socials, mate?
My socials are from the Anvil WHLU on Twitter and Instagram, and my channel is from the Anvil West Ham United.
Fantastic stuff. And did you enjoy coming on, mate?
I did, yes. It's good talking to you.
Good, man. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's been a while, because our first one I did, it really had something like less than 1,000 subs, by the way, when I chat to you. And also as well that, you know, since then it's been rapidly growing as well. And remember the voice messages and pictures, but all charges dropped. Something sticks exactly, Tony. Thank you, Tony, indeed. And you know what it is, right? Something's happening because people are so scared to speak up, right? And I'm sure someone's got paid for this as well. I could be wrong, but I don't want to be saying too much on my channel, because I'm not a lawyer, sort of thing. Simple as that.
Yeah, it's not the right place and time.
Not the place, exactly. Thanks, John, James, everyone in the chat. Thank you, Leslie, as well. I hope you. I'll be back on tomorrow. I'll be back at I think I'm gonna either 4 o'clock or 4:30 for the warm-up show between Newcastle and West Ham. We're going to go through the team lineups. We're going to go through some comments as well, and where the game's going to won or lost as well. So if you've got any questions to Newcastle, then West Ham fans included as well, just have your say, and we'll come on. And 2-0 to Tony. Tony says 2-0 as well. Thank you, Chris, as well. Chris, I think he might be a bit late, but listen, Chris, no problems at all, Chris. I hope you joined the show tomorrow, mate, for the warm-up. And I should do the warm-up show, and also at the same time, I should doing the match reaction show straight after the West Ham game. So that'll probably be about probably 8 o'clock. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Subject to the change. And Leslie, thank you very much for subbing me for looking after my channel as well. I really appreciate that. And if you like the video, like what you see, let's say, hit the like, subscribe, share the joy, help John build his channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the super chats as open as well. And you can also find us on Facebook, Twitch. You can find us on Insta, John Sinclair 50, and you can find us on Twitter, John_NUFC 42. And yes, I've been watching quietly, John. Thank you, Chris. And we're definitely going to talk about tickets allocations as well on the warm-up show tomorrow. We're definitely going to talk about that as well. So please join us for that. So, guys, we're going to wrap up there. Thanks so much indeed. And I'm going to be backstage, James. Don't go away. And I'll see you back tomorrow. And also give him a like and subscribe to your channel, mate.
Yeah. Which is
is from the Anvil WHU. So West Ham United, by the way. But there you go. But thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you back tomorrow. And until then, guys, it's a goodbye and have a fantastic evening.
It's